G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. So some pretty exciting news today. We've just had the full confirmation and announcement of the newest DLC pack for Planet Zoo. So we talked about it last time and we discussed that it might have been an India animal pack, but it has been announced and it is a bit more of a generic pack, a Asia animal pack, which is still really exciting. So this pack will include some new construction pieces, and we'll go into those in a bit, because the thing that everyone's going to want to talk about straight away is the new habitat animals that we've got. So the first thing I think to get out of the way is that the elephant, which many of us hoped was just a Indian elephant, has ended up to be a new elephant species, the Bornean elephant. Now I will say that the design of this looks really good. They have not shown us any indication that this elephant will be able to deep dive, which has been a hope. If they're going to add a new elephant, then maybe they'll actually add that new animation for it. Personally, as I said in the previous video, it doesn't seem overly necessary to add, but it's not a negative, it's just not overly positive that they've added it. We do expect that there'll be one or two clone animals in most packs, especially more recently. So the fact that it's there, it's not the end of the world, but you would have rather seen that slot go to something else. But after that one, we've now got the honey badger, which we've seen a little bit of in the trailer, and it looks really nice. I'm quite excited for that one. It's obviously a really well-known animal. It's quite feisty. It's quite notorious in zoos actually for escaping and being quite clever at being able to do that. So that should be actually quite fun to play around with in terms of trying to create a habitat that will keep one in there and try to capture the feisty nature of that animal. And the last one that we had on the key art is of course the lion-tailed macaque. Now this guy looks really cool. As we all knew, they've got the really fascinating mane, and it's always good to get new primate species. We are still severely lacking in that area, and this is the first mainland Asian primate that we've actually got in the entire game, which is kind of crazy to think. So it's great that we got that. That's definitely my favorite one that we've seen announced. And after those ones, we have not got the trailer footage of any of these new species, but we've got the Raccoon Dog, which is also known as the Tanuki, which is a really exciting animal as well. One of probably my second most excited for that one. It looks really quite unique. Definitely the name is quite fitting. It looks a bit like a raccoon, a bit like a dog. Found in Japan, and that one should look really cool to add into sort of more of the Japanese style areas of zoos, and it should go quite well with some of the new construction pieces as well. After those four, we've now got 3 separate ungulates that have been announced. So I know a few ungulate fans that will be very pleased with that announcement. The Blackbuck is the first one, and we had that in our wish list for the what we considered to be the India pack, so I'm glad that that one's in. The Nilgai is also in. They look really weird. They're crazy. They've got these big bodies and a really small head, so it's always good to get something that looks a little unique. And they've also announced the Père David's deer, which is a really cool success story for zoos, and I think this is something that I would like them to add more of. The yellow-footed rock wallaby is a really good example of that. But this guy was extinct in the wild, and conservation efforts actually brought them back, so it's a really exciting one. They're quite a large deer from China, and again, these guys are representing a quite an underrepresented area of just Eastern Asia in general. Like I said, the lion-tailed macaque is the first mainland Asia primate that we've got. These Père David's deer, the Blackbuck, these guys are representing Asia as well as these ungulates. If you look at Africa, it is saturated with ungulates, but for some reason we've got very few from Asia, so it's actually really exciting that we've got these guys coming in. As far as my wish list, I'm a little disappointed mainly for the Asiatic lion. I got really excited about that, and I know I commented that the clones are a little of a disappointment, so I can't explain why, but I really wanted the Asiatic lion. But oh well, hopefully we get that in a later one. I'm really excited about this pack. The other thing that we've had announced is actually that we're getting a free update with a new species. It's not as exciting of a species as you could possibly get, but what we've got is a new butterfly, the Malabar rose butterfly, which is definitely very appreciated. I'm excited for that, but hopefully that's a trend that we see going forward. New small little updates that are probably, it's easier to add a new butterfly, but why not get it when we get the free update? Why not throw that in as well? So really excited for that. Hopefully that's a trend that they're setting going forward. So the next thing to discuss is the construction pieces. We can't see obviously everything that they've added, and we will see some people break down what we're getting when they get early access soon. But from what we can see in these screenshots, there are some obviously unsurprisingly very Asian inspired pieces. Hopefully for me, what I'm looking for is more of a wide variety of plant life that we can use. I like some of the lanterns and that type of thing that we can see, but for me, the best things are always about the natural side of things, and hopefully we get a good variety of those as well. But there are a few small things here we can see, the little tuk-tuk or whatever it's called. That's pretty cool to see. I'm not sure how useful it'll be in general, but still nice to have. And yeah, some of the lights and sign type things are pretty cool. Let's also hope that we get a new restaurant with this one as well, because we haven't really got a lot of variety with that just yet. Now the last thing to discuss is the continual question that we get every DLC: is this the last DLC? Now I still am confident that this will not be the last one. I do think they would want to go out with a bang, in a sense, where they would decide to, for example, release a big pack that covers the biggest wish list items that the most people seem to have, but obviously we don't know. I did comment on the fact that the timeline, how quickly they released this pack compared to previous packs, might give an indication that they are planning on releasing more, but obviously it's all speculation, we're all guessing. The hope is there are more and I can get my Asiatic lion in the end, but either way, it's an exciting pack and hopefully spells a few more in future. So let me know what you think. Do you feel happy with the Bornean Elephant? I'm sure there's got to be someone out there that's really excited for it. I would guess that my reaction to it is one of the more positive ones, being that I'm fairly neutral. I'm guessing there are a few out there that are pretty upset as well. But anyway, do you like it? What's your favorite animal in the pack? Are there any that you're upset missed out? And do you reckon we'll be getting more DLC in future? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you do enjoy hearing this type of discussion, please consider subscribing, and otherwise, have a good one. See ya.